Hey folks, you are on Ethology Pro. I am Zmay, and today I am feeling especially venomous. We talk about things that are unpleasant and indecent, things people usually don't discuss with strangers. But we are beyond caring. It is summer, so let's dive into a hot topic: the ratio of men to women on the marriage market, in statistics and in real life. Our mascot today is Gasha the deer. In the West, you might call him a simp or a beta, but deer fits better because of the horns he proudly wears. You can call him Vasily, John, or Pete. It doesn't matter. I recently spoke with a woman around 30. She had just watched an old movie about the good old days. She was baffled by a scene where 30-year-old women were struggling to get noticed, while 50-year-old men were treated like rock stars. To her, this was impossible. She couldn't wrap her head around a world where there is a shortage of men. So we looked at the statistics. Is there a catastrophic shortage? No. The ratio remains stable. In your 20s, there are roughly 1.37 unmarried women for every single man. Between 30 and 40, it is nearly 1 to 1. The real shift happens after 50, where women dominate. The peak of male demand is either when you are young and fit, or after 50 when you are stable and the rest of the competition is, well, dead. Men marry later, and after 50, male mortality spikes. An unmarried sane man over 50 is rarer than a unicorn at a pride parade. Look at me. I am that unicorn. In reality, women have adopted the idea that the deer must take all the initiative. He must pursue. He must win her over. He must be the provider. A generation was raised believing their mere existence is a high-value asset. Before the internet, a guy had to choose from the women in his town. Today, with a smartphone, a woman can say hi to a guy in Turkey, Dubai, or London while sitting in her pajamas in some tiny village. The temptation is unreal. Every average girl thinks she can go from a grocery stall to a billionaire's yacht. Tinder is open to everyone, even if you are over 30 and have baggage. Sure, you might need to lose 30 pounds and ignore 20 years of bad decisions, but the empowerment gurus promised it would work if you just know your worth. This reminds me of Freud. Sexuality existed before him, but impotence was his specialty. In primitive societies, if a man wants to do it, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Simple. But modern science told us you must want it all the time because women are the ultimate prize. If you can't perform 24/7, financially, sexually, or emotionally, you are impotent. They invented financial impotence, career impotence, and even social impotence. You will be guilty for any reason. The point is to have a reason to extract your resources. Society wants the impossible. They want you to be a bad boy in the bedroom, a Bill Gates at the bank, a bodyguard on the street, and a saint at home. This epidemic of female expectation looks like the dancing madness of the Middle Ages. Our media is saturated with one idea. You owe, and you are obligated. Make money, start a family, have kids, and then die once you have provided for them. And please, don't take too long. Dying before retirement is actually better for the state. Modern media creates a world where every story ends with the woman and her children as the ultimate meaning of your life. If you don't like this script, they say you are broken. But men are finally waking up. The spherical deer in a vacuum doesn't exist. Even Tom Cruise and Jeff Bezos get cheated on and divorced. If they aren't enough, what chance do you have? Men who approach the world consciously are becoming selective. There isn't a shortage of men. There is a shortage of deers, men willing to accept suicide missions as a relationship goal. That is why you hear the screaming in the media. The supply of willing victims is running low. From an ethological standpoint, the social structure has collapsed. We are back to a primate troop. 80% of females are chasing the top 2% of males. They don't find them, but they still discard the other 98% of men as low value. They are discarding their own future, but marketers convince them their youth is a product that never expires. How do we fix this? You don't. Don't even try to save the world. Build your own life. Arrange your own comfort. If you decide to enter a relationship, remember, the moment you offer commitment, you are entering a subordinate position. If you want to look at it realistically, treat modern dating as a high-risk investment. Follow the 3F rule: fix, float, or flight. Think about it. This was May, Ethology Pro. Tell me what you think in the comments. Are you a deer, or are you finally growing some teeth?